Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is your channel message for today. And this message seems really serious because I'm literally in a serious mood right now. But before the video started, I was in a serious mood, very serious and a little bit of a grumpy mood. But all of a sudden, I'm actually applying my body lotion as well since I'm talking to you at the same time. And since I started the video, all of a sudden I'm in a mood where I'm like, I don't care about anything. That is the kind of energy that I'm in. Like, I'm just here having a good time, and just a girl applying her lotion and giving the audience the message that they need to hear. And by the way, I feel like mehendi could be really significant because I have a fashion competition on Sunday, that is day after tomorrow. And our theme is, we have chosen Bengal, like West Bengal has our state for fashion, like we're representing that state, has fashion walk, and this is my diya. Just look at that, it is so beautiful. And I just know that these details that I'm giving in this video are really important because I don't usually talk about myself or details of my life or things that happen in my life without any reason. These could be really significant, and I put this mehendi by myself. Like, I put this mehendi on this hand, and after that I was like, okay, since I put this, I'll wait for 10 minutes. But then after that, I just dozed off for 1 hour, and this mehendi was completely dry. Like, the mehendi that I bought was like something that I have to like leave it on for like 10, 20, or even 30 minutes, and then it'll dry within that, because this is the kind of mehendi that will just release the color into the skin within a very less amount of time, and it stays for a short period of time, like 2 to 3 weeks, sorry, 2 to 3 days, or 5 to 7 days. I don't know, I need to experiment with this and see how long they last. And after that, I just dozed off for 1 hour. It was early in the morning. I just wake up and it's 4, and then I'm like, oh, and then I see my hand, it is so dry, like it's so dry that I can't even move my fingers. I just go, I wash my hand, and then I come back, say hi to my penguin, and then I come back, and then I reapply this with my left hand. I applied on my legs as well. I can't show them now like this, so but I reapplied, not reapplied, I applied mehendi on both of my legs and my right hand with my left hand, even though I am a right-handed person. And I am so proud of myself for this. Like, I literally stayed awake the whole night just to do the simple thing because I was so exhausted. So I took 1 hour sleep, and then I finished all of my mehendis again. And then in the morning, I collected everything that is important for me, like the jewelry, the clothes for my fashion walk, everything that I needed. And that, when that literally, this experience of mine literally showed me how important I am to myself. And this message, now I understand why I'm saying this, that is, when you really prioritize yourself and when a person really love themselves, they will go to any extent to give them what they want. Now imagine, like, you have a boyfriend, like a person, like a girl has a boyfriend, and that boyfriend really loves her. So when that boyfriend really loves her, he will go to any extent, obviously not illegal, I don't mean all of that, I mean under legal things, legal things only. So he will go to any extent to give her what she wants, to make her happy. And this is the exact same thing that I experienced with myself. Like, it was night, it is like 1:30 or 2 a.m in the night, but I had to put mehendi. I was like, okay, Varsha, this mehendi is really important to you because we are having fashion rehearsal, and I want you to look your best and be well prepared for it, because I don't want you to reach the location unprepared, and then you go there, you get stressed because you don't have this, or you forgot this, or there's less time and you don't have time to get ready, and then you have a bad experience because you're not able to give your best in getting ready. And obviously it's fashion work, I need to look my best because it's based on fashion, duh. And that made me realize like how important I am to myself, and that the fact that I took so good care of myself, I took the patience. And yesterday night, this happened yesterday, and I really appreciated all the mehendi designers, all those people who put mehendis, who come to people's marriages or festivals and put mehendi on every people. That takes so much patience. Even putting this and on my leg, I'll try to put a picture up here if possible, you can just see them. Even on legs and on hands, even if they are single, they take so much time and patience. And this activity of mine literally tested my patience, and I was starting to get impatient. That made me realize, damn, hats off to all those mehendi designers who put mehendi on all those 10-20 people in just 5 minutes. You know, like the patience that they have, genuinely hats off to them. And this is what I mean, like if you love yourself, then why don't you go and take that step and do it to yourself? Like it was 2 a.m. in the morning, like I wanted to sleep, I was so sleepy. I just took shower at night and I, you know, like cleaned all of my stuff which I really needed. So I did all of that and then I took shower. But then I was so sleepy, I had to wake up early in the morning, yet I couldn't go without putting these mehendis on my hand, because these are important to me. So I knew that this is important to me, and without this I will actually be sad in the day in the fashion walk if they were not there on my hand. And I stayed up almost the whole night from 2 a.m., even though I just slept for 1 hour, 3 to 4, and then again I woke up at 4 until like 6:30 or 7 in the morning. I was like putting this and sitting there so that it will dry, and then later I changed it, like removed it, and then I packed my clothes, packed my jewelry and all of that, and then I left for the location, bought all the things that I need, and went for the rehearsal and practice and all of that. This really showed me like a person loving another person versus actually loving them is very important. Like if you say you love yourself, then why don't you take care of yourself in the way you want yourself to be taken care of? If I say I love myself, like I love myself, but I'm not doing anything to take care of myself, like this video literally began with me putting body lotion. You know, actually before I started this video, I started a clip where there was lotion on my hand. I was like, hello guys, and in my hand there was one lotion, but I genuinely didn't want lotion in my hand. So I just, you know, put that, and then I restarted the clip, but then I didn't like that, so I restarted again. So this is the third time I restarted this video, and now I understand why I was starting this video with me applying body lotion, because I was being called on to start with me applying body lotion, and I did that. That is me showing, if I literally love myself, then I should do everything that makes me happy. Like not thinking like, oh, I love this, I'll do this. No, take the action, take the action. Words, please stop believing people's words more than actions, even yourself. What I say, the only reason I believe what I say to myself is because I prove to myself through actions. This is the only reason I believe every word that I say. When I say, Varsha, I have got you, don't worry, we have this figured out, that means I actually have it figured out. Or in future, when something like that, a such similar experience or situation comes up, I genuinely will know how to take care of that. Like I have it figured out. That's the only reason I trust my words, because my actions match my words. And I trust my words through my actions, because my actions show me that I trust myself. So that's why I believe every word that I say to myself. So if you are a person, when you say to yourself ki, like it's fine, I'm gonna be all right, like anything, like you have an exam or you're going through a very stressful situation, family or any sort of thing, stressful situations, or even depression or mental instability, or you just overthinking anything, you know, something mental, like you just think like you're overthinking. I meant all those things, not physical. I meant all the mental or psychological things that we humans overthink. All those things, half of those can be just avoided, especially the distrust that you have in yourself first. See, first of all, the relationship that you have with yourself is very important than the relationship that you have with all the other people that are around you. And I will tell you why. Now, when I say that I trust myself, obviously the only reason I trust myself is because my actions match my words. Okay, if my actions did not match my words, then even I will not be able to trust myself, because it's like, yeah, like I'll be like, this is how I talk to myself, like, yeah, Varsha, you said me that you will bring this to me, or you will do this work, you'll finish this work, but you didn't complete it now, and the deadline or the time that I set for myself is over. Then how can I trust you saying it to me? So that is exactly what I mean. So even when it comes to people, stop giving their words a benefit of doubt, or their words a chance to believe in, rather if their actions are not matching their words. And this is where I began, has start putting people where they should be put in the first place. It is like, now imagine you're a farmer what does a farmer usually do? If he's farming, the first step that he does is he removes all the unwanted plants or all the weeds that are there in that farmland, which will just absorb the nutrition and take away all the nutrition from the actual plants or the seeds that he's growing to harvest in the early or the initial stages, before those weeds, those unwanted weeds or those unwanted plants, before they grow up into a big plant. Right, they remove it in the sapling side, or they remove it in the early stages. Now that is exactly what I mean. It's like there's this Kannada oggatu. It's like gidavagi baggatu maravagi baggite. It basically means that if in the initial stages, okay, of you, now for example, you met a person, like you just met a person now, and that person is not at all respecting you. Like you just met a person, but that person is already disrespecting you. They're not valuing your time, they're not valuing anything that you say, your opinion. Then if they're not doing it the moment that they met you, what makes you think that they'll do it after 5 years or 10 years or even after a week? You know, like if a plant did not bend as a plant, will that plant bend as a tree when it grows up? 11 on the timer. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, this is the first time in any of the channel messages that I've ever shot until now, including the tarot readings, I have got 11. And the first word that came to my mind, intuition. Intuition and wish fulfillment. So I feel like you guys have a really strong intuition, and please pay attention to what your intuition says and keep doing that. And wish fulfillment, maybe you guys prayed upon something, like really prayed upon something to God or to universe or to the star or whatever you believe in, and that wish is being fulfilled. Like the wish has been accepted and the wish is being fulfilled, and you're gonna receive your manifestation. Now the main concept or the main message that this video is going to revolve around is boundaries and keeping people where they belong. And these are again inspired by my real life experiences, what I have learned from it, from all the mistakes that I have made. See, I am not perfect. Every message that I say in my videos as well, they are inspired by my own life experiences, and even I have learned from them. And when I feel like, oh, I'm forgetting something or I need some sort of information or clarity, I come back and watch my YouTube videos. Then I realize like, yeah, like what I'm saying or what I said in that video is true, and I need to start following that again. Like sometimes we humans forget it, you know. And yeah, so that's why. And most importantly, I love watching my YouTube videos. Like I just film and then I'll be just, you know, doing skincare, or I'll be writing my assignments or something like that, and I'll just play my video and I'll be like, yeah, this is correct. Like when I say something and then I make a joke, like I made a joke in the video, and then I'll be laughing. So I'll be laughing with myself in the video. Like it's really fun to do that. And I feel like this is a sign. Like I said this because you should start doing something of your such similar hobbies and have fun with that. Like you don't always need to spend time with other people to have fun. I watch my YouTube videos and I genuinely have fun with that. Like most of my tarot reading channel messages, even I get called to watch or re-watch my own YouTube videos or to re-watch my own channel messages, and at that time I genuinely enjoy it. And sometimes I just don't feel like watching it, so I just stop in the middle and I go back. But sometimes I watch the whole videos till the end because I'm genuinely enjoying it at that time. And then yeah, so as I was saying, ki you don't need other people to genuinely have fun. And this, me watching my YouTube videos, my own videos that I have shot, my own messages that I have said, 13:51 on the timer, my own videos that I have shot and said in the video, and I'm re-watching them and I'm having fun with myself. This is literally proof that you don't need people around you all the time to have fun. Like you need people, because we humans are social beings. We are not anti-social beings. We are social beings. We need people in our life, but we don't need people all the time in our life. Like we don't need to be with people, family, friends. Even if you have a partner, your husband, wife, married couple or whatsoever, you don't have to be with them or with your loved ones all that time, like 24/7. You don't have to be with them 24/7. Okay, and you can have fun with yourself. I don't know why nowadays people don't even like being alone. Like they don't even like being by themselves. They can't even spend time with themselves. And every time I just take my space and I'm like just sitting, or I'm just thinking, or I'm just, you know, lost in my thoughts or lost in the space that I'm in, or I'm just watching my surroundings, people just approach me and they're like, why are you sitting alone? Do you have no friends? I mean, I'm just sitting here enjoying the vibe and I'm just having fun with myself, and they just come here and they're like, why are you sitting alone? I don't understand why people make being by oneself has such a big deal, because I find that such a privilege to be able to be with myself. Like, if I cannot spend time with myself, then I don't think all the people that I meet or even hang out with, how will they enjoy my company if I myself cannot enjoy my company? You know. And 15:31 on the timer, this is a real thing. If you cannot hang out by yourself, if you cannot have some hobbies, or if you cannot, now see, even right now, me, whatever I'm saying, I can hear what I'm saying. Also, I'm looking at the screen, so I'm looking at myself and I'm speaking, but at the same time I can feel your guys' energy because I'm psychic, you know, because I can tap into people's energy. That is only how I can make channeled messages of what exactly the audience needs to hear. And I had the last video that I posted, I had put a caption like, this is what the divine wants you to hear right now. Because the moment I, like, see, every time before I post a video on my YouTube channel, I ask myself, or I ask the source through which the message was sent through me, that what should be the title of the video, and it just comes in a second. I don't overthink it, I just type it. That's why sometimes multiple videos have the same title name. That is because that is what was sent to me, that this is what the name of the video should be, and I just type that. And one of the person just comes and comments like, if I want to receive a message from the divine, then why will I hear it from you? I will just hear it from the divine itself. Like, I don't know, I find such people so stupid that they actually take the time to go and just put some absurd comments on other people's channels. Or, I mean, it is very simple. If you're not interested in watching, then don't interest. If you don't want to hear what the divine or the god or the spirits are trying to tell to you, like, there's a reason why they are trying to tell you the message through me, because you yourself, 17:11 on the timer, you yourself are not listening to what the god or the universe is trying to tell you, because you are so involved in this mess of the 3D world, in the noise that is there inside your head, that you're not going inside yourself to listen to your inner voice. Even, see, when the only way that I can channel this message is when I cut the outside noise and I go inside and I listen to my inner voice. Like, genuinely, some days I shoot a channeled message, and for the next 2 to 3 days I won't be able to shoot any video, because I will be so caught up in this 3D world and this race of, like, every day get up, go to college, come home, write assignments, next I have test, or I'll be, you know, join some other clubs in my college, so I have to go for this practice, that practice, or this rehearsal, that rehearsal. So I get so caught up in that, that even sometimes I can't connect with the divine. And sometimes I, even if I want to, I won't be able to make tarot readings or channeled messages, because I'm not able to tap into the energy to give the message that I need to give to my audience, or to you guys, to my collective. And it only happens, like, I am only able to give you guys these channeled messages or these tarot readings because I genuinely need to tap into energy and sort of explore all the possible things that you guys could be experiencing, or confirmation work will happen in the future, because there are so many millions of people watching at the same time. And all the life experiences that each and everybody have in their life is completely different. Like, how will it be same? Are you getting my point? Like, the one person who's watching my video, they are having completely different experience than the other person who's watching this video. So if I'm making all those people, the message that I make should resonate with all those people. In that case, I have to tap into so many different energies, like a collective energy. 19:01 on the timer. And that is only possible when I cut the outside noise and I come inside to my body, to my intuition, and I let God speak through me. So I just say what comes to my body, to my intuition, what feels right. That is how I make these messages. And that is what I was saying. And so if you cannot be by yourself, and if you cannot love your company, if you cannot hang out with yourself, then do not expect other people to enjoy your company, to love you, or to be, obsessed with you, or to genuinely want to hang out with you, to genuinely want to enjoy your company if you yourself cannot enjoy that. And growing up, I have always been this person, like I love being by myself. Like, just give me some good food and a good place and a good music and I'm all dressed up. To be honest, I don't need anybody. But at the same time, I am a social being as well. I love people, I love interacting with people, and I feel like people are like, humans are one of the most amazing creatures. Like, you learn so much from them. But at the same time, I love being by myself. At the same time, I love talking to people, meeting new people, making new friends, hang out with them. I love all of that, but at the same time, I love being by myself. So it is really important to have this good balance of you being by yourself. By yourself, matlab just you and you only, nothing around you. I mean, nature, birds, animals, all that, okay. By yourself means no other human being interacting with you. You need to balance that, and also social settings of you meeting people, because we cannot isolate ourselves. We'll genuinely get into depression if we keep constantly isolating ourselves, as we humans are social beings. This is very important. And when you say that you love yourself, if you really love yourself, like, I will get to know if a person really loves themselves or not through how they take care of themselves. And when I say, I don't mean all the expensive things that they buy for themselves, like, oh, I have this Gucci, I have this Chanel, or I have Victoria's Secret perfume, or I have all this expensive body lotions. It's like the intention behind buying these things for yourself are really important. Are you buying Victoria's Secret because you want to, you know like, show up in this world as someone who has good things, or you buy that because you genuinely like that product? Like, whenever I buy a particular product in my life, now for example, I have this body lotion here. Now this is from Vaseline, and I have this because I like this, because it moisturizes my skin. Now tomorrow, if I buy a branded clothing, like a really expensive one, like Gucci, Chanel, or even Dior, like a Dior lipstick. Now, if I buy a Dior lipstick, I will buy that lipstick because I like that lipstick for me, not to prove to the world that, oh, I have this, luxury lipstick. Oh my God. Yeah. Sorry. 22:11 on the timer. My dog is calling me. Yeah. I will be back, guys. Just a second. So hi guys, I'm back. I just had to let my Leo inside, and he's down there sleeping on the floor, and I'm back here to continue with my message. And my Diya again, I don't know why I'm just so obsessed with this Diya. I'm gonna hold this Diya throughout the whole message, that is all. And so that is what I was saying. Even this, I don't know why I'm really falling in love with this mud thing, because this is made of mud, right? It's a mud Diya. And I feel like earth or nature could be really significant here. Maybe this is a sign that you guys need to get grounded, because this is made of mud. So me holding this is really relaxing, and it's very cooling, and sort of de-stresses me and makes me come inside to my body, so I can clearly hear what is it that my intuition or my inner voice is trying to tell me, and I will know what step to take next. Okay. And be in the nature, be by yourself. I feel like this is also a sign that you needed to hear, that you need to spend some time by yourself, because when you are by yourself, that is when you clearly know who you are. Like, if you're constantly hanging out with people, friends all the time, like, I cannot hang out with my friends 24/7. Like, there's only a certain amount of time or a period of time that I can hang out with them. After that, I am mentally and emotionally drained, that I have no energy, like, to interact with other people. No, I don't have. And in that phase, I need to come back. I need to come back to myself, and that is only when I can interact with other people, once I recharge myself. Like, being by myself, doing all the hobbies, basically pouring into myself. And to be honest, you will only know all the things that you don't like, that you like. And even, how will you discover new sides of you when you can't even spend time by yourself? This is what happens. Like, when I see a group of friends constantly just being with each other, hanging out 24/7, I just get stressed even by hearing that story, that they just went constantly for 2 to 3 days. They came back and then they went out on another night out, and then they went to that location, they went to this location. When I keep hearing stories of all those friend groups who are just constantly with each other all the time, I get so stressed out, but because it makes me feel suffocated, like there's no space for themselves, to go back, reflect on themselves if there is anything that they have to improve or decode and learn, research about themselves, new sides of them, or reflect on them and learn from it and grow from it. Because I am a person, like, I love growing from my experiences, and I learn from all the mistakes that I make. Like, literally every mistake that I make in my life, I use that as a way to learn from it, so that the next time I don't, ever do such a mistake. But at the same time, I have stopped looking at making mistakes as being dumb or feeling stupid. Like, now imagine, see, since I'm a content creator and I'm also sort of influencer, I have to speak in front of cameras, and 3:11 on the timer since I restarted the video again. Sometimes I mispronounce words, sometimes I just end up saying something else. And this happened once in, like, I was called on to a place where I had to tell them a review after a particular workshop, and after that I wanted to speak exactly what was on my mind. I didn't want to make up anything. Like, I wanted to give them an honest review, and in that moment, before that is, you have to give a pre workshop review and an after workshop review. In a pre-review, you'll be like, yeah, I'm excited, I want to see what this workshop sorry, see, I did it again. I'm really bad at spellings, you guys. Pronunciation, I'm good, but spellings, I don't know, that just came out. But okay, like, genuinely, sometimes even the most simple things, I'm like, wait, is this the correct spelling? And this happens when I'm writing exams, mostly, since I'm a college student. Like, even the basic words, I'll be like, will B come first? L, huh? Like, imagine I'm writing public, even though it's a very small and basic word, PUBLIC. But sometimes, even though I write the correct spelling, I'll still be like, is this correct? Huh? And then I'll be like, scratch, then I'll write it again. But then I'll be like, wait, I think this is correct. So, this is one of the things, and I've always been a little bit bad at spellings. And I remember one of my friend, when I was in, wow, one of my friend, I thought I was wearing my AirPod here, but then I remember this time I'm wearing it here. So then, but it feels like I'm wearing AirPods here because this is where I always wear when I'm shooting. Something just fell and it just caught my, oh, it was my specs box. I was like, what is this? So just a second, guys. So that is what I was saying. Like, I had this one friend when I was in, I don't remember which class, probably 9th or 10th. Okay, I still remember her name, but I feel like that's irrelevant here. Like, since I'm really good at studying and sort of nerdy kind of person, and I can grasp at concepts really quick, but one of the things that I'm not good at sometimes is spellings. Not all the time, sometimes, because this is a normal human thing, and this is sort of my thing. Like, sometimes I'm bad at spellings, and this has always been. And I noticed this about myself once I started hanging out with myself more. That's why I noticed, like, yeah, I make spelling mistakes even on the basic things, and that's just me. It doesn't mean that I don't know. It's just that in that moment, in that 1 second, I'll be like, what is the spelling? And I remember she was like in that age, like when I was in 9th or 10th, I don't remember. I don't know. Now I'm 21, and that time I think I was 15 or 16 maybe. And she was like, Varsha, like, you study so good, like, how can you be so bad at spellings? But it was not like a genuine question. It was like a mocking thing. Like, this is such a basic spelling, like, I know this and you study better than me and you don't know this. It was like that. And in that moment, I really felt bad. I was like, yeah, that is true. Like, I'm really good at studying. I come first rank or second, like, within top 5 rank of the class, and why am I bad at spelling? And I took that really hard on myself. Like, no, I have to be perfect at everything. Since I'm this rank girl in the class, I have to be perfect at everything. I have to be perfect at this, and that started getting too much pressure on me. Like, I have to be perfect at everything. That's when I started putting unrealistic expectations on me, on how I should be, how I should behave with people, how I should show up, how I should act. everything, and that started getting so stressful. And that's when I realized, like, it doesn't matter if people think I know spellings or not. This is a simple example, but I think you will be able to understand once you relate this to your experiences that you have had with other people, where they made you feel like, oh, this is something you're supposed to know, like, you know, like, you should know this by this age. Like, it is fine, like, you know, you can be adult and sometimes it is okay to be stupid. But I'm not saying ki, like, be stupid. Like, I genuinely don't like people, like, when I make mistakes and people around me, if they make me or try to make me feel like I'm dumb because I just made one mistake, I don't like such kind of people, because we humans are not perfect. We humans are not at all perfect, and we make mistakes, and sometimes we tend to forget the most basic things. Like, sometimes I even forget city names. Like, you know, like, I'll be like Hyderabad, like, in which state it is in, because I don't travel that much. Like, I've never been to Hyderabad, and I've never even been outside of Karnataka. Like, I stay in Karnataka, like, I stay in Bangalore, so I have never been outside of Karnataka. And so even if they say Hyderabad, I don't know which state it is in, because I don't even travel that much, and I'm not even interested until I start traveling. But this is a general knowledge question which everybody genuinely knows, but sometimes I tend to forget it, you know, like, yeah. Is it in Maharashtra? I hope not. And I did this on purpose because I felt like I should say this, just to tell you that, because I had such similar conversation with my friend. She was like, I asked her, where are you staying, because she recently, like, moved to one of new location for her internship, and I asked her, where does she stay, and she said a city name, probably maybe Hyderabad. And I asked her which state it is in, and she's like, huh, how don't you know this? Like, everybody knows this, it's a basic question. But then I'm like, yeah, I know it's a basic question, but it's okay to not know sometimes. Like, there was an age where I knew all the states that is there in India, you know, but at the same time I still remember, but not all of them, at least 80% or 70%, or maybe, or even less, or maybe I know everything. But what I'm saying is, just because you don't know a basic information that you should know or you must know, and just because you don't know that, or you forgot, like, you knew that but you forgot that at that moment, don't give this power to others to make them feel that you're dumb. Because in that situation, when I was in that, I really gave them that power, and I felt like, yeah, why am I dumb, like, in that situation, in that 1 second. But I genuinely am not. I'm one of the most intellectual person I could have ever met in my life, because I know how I think, or else I wouldn't be able to make all these videos and give you knowledge on whatever mistakes that I made, life experiences that I have experienced and learned from it and grown and evolved from it. And it is okay. See, this is me normalizing what is already normal, that it is okay to be imperfect. It is okay sometimes to forget important things that we are supposed to know, that we should know, we must know. It is okay to forget that, and don't give this power to others to make you feel that you're dumb just because of this one silly thing. I'll be like, yeah, it's fine, it's already, even if I forget this. And this is why I feel like in a relationship, at least for me, it is very important to have a partner who's not gonna make me feel dumb or stupid for forgetting a very small or detail which he thinks or I think that I should know. Because if I forget that, I'll be like, okay, it's okay, Varsha, like, you forgot this detail, okay, I'll just tell you, now remember this. I'll try to give like a synonym, or I'll try to keep like a trick so that I remember it, you know. But I will never make myself feel dumb if I forget a thing. Like, even when I mispronounce in my videos, sometimes I'll be like so into speaking what I'm speaking, so into like processing my thoughts into putting into words so that I can describe you in the way you will understand, in the way I want to explain it to you, so that you know what I'm saying. In that case, what happens, sometimes I end up mispronouncing 11:15 on the timer, and sometimes I like, yeah, it's okay, you mispronounced a word, it doesn't matter, it's not the end of the world. So I don't let myself, 11:21 on the timer, I do not let myself make me feel dumb even once. Even the smallest or the biggest mistake, I always try to recorrect that, learn from it, grow from it, and just let that be in the past. And this is also what you should do with others. Even in front of others, if you make a small mistake or a big mistake, just accept that, yeah, I made a mistake, it's fine. And if you feel like you should say sorry because you know you made a mistake with the other person because it involved the other person, then just apologize and then move on from that. Don't give them that power ki like, oh, I made this mistake, so now I'm not perfect, or I'm not worthy of her, or I'm not worthy of him, or I'm not fit for this job, or I'm not worthy of this job, or I'm not this, I'm not that. I don't look in that way because I recognize the instant. See, now I'm in front of a camera, I'm working with a brand, and the photographer is expecting me to deliver the dialogue that I need to deliver. Now, I'll give you two scenarios. Now, in the first scenario, I say the dialogue and somehow I end up making a mistake and I start acting awkward. Now I'm like, shit, I made a mistake, this is so embarrassing, what will these people think of me? And like, I'm an influencer, like, I this is my job, I should be good at speaking, but I made a mistake. So I then, when you yourself start thinking this way, all the people around you will be like, oh my god, she made a mistake, like how can she do that, like this is her job. But now imagine, again, it is here, habits are real, guys. My hand just keeps going here. I don't know why, but this is significant, and I think I'll figure out by the end of this video why. And imagine the second scenario where I make a mistake in front of the camera and I'll just be like, oh, sorry, I made a mistake, my bad. Let's retake the shoot again, or let's retake the shot again. And then people will be like, huh, yeah, correct, it's all right, let's do it. And we just start, or we retake the shot. So it is me who has the power to dictate the people based on the mistakes that I make. How I react is exactly how people react towards me. So when I make a mistake, if I act like, oh my god, how can I make this mistake, like I should be better, but at the same time, obviously you should not be making such mistakes, but it is okay to make mistakes. And if you made that and if you gave that reaction, people will also be like, Varsha, how can you do this, like you should know this, like you're not supposed to do this. But instead, if I'm like, oh, I just made a mistake, it's all right, it's just, you know, like it's fine, I'll handle it, ab aisa nahi hoga, and I just move past that, and people will be like, yeah, oh yeah, she's got this, like she just made a mistake, you know, like she got this. So people react based on how you react. Like this world is literally a mirror to who you are. So if you're a person who's very insecure about yourself, you don't prioritize yourself, you always put others on the pedestal, that is exactly how people will treat you. They will see you as someone who is not that important. They will see you as someone who is not that worthy of their time and energy. And they will see you as someone whose time and energy is not that important. And they will start putting themselves in a pedestal because you are putting them in a pedestal. And once you start taking care of yourself, people will see ki like, oh my god, she takes such good care of herself, like she loves herself so much, I wonder why. And then they will start loving you, they will start taking care of you because you see the value in yourself, that other people will start seeing value in you. This is literally like psychology 101, human psychology 101, and this is a real thing, guys. So that is exactly what I mean. Like when people see that I don't mind being by myself, like even if I have zero friends in this world, I will literally be all right. Why? Because I love watching movies, I love hanging out by myself, I love going to movies by myself. Because when other people are there, I just find it like they try to talk to me in the middle of a scene, oh my god, did you see, how can he do this? But then when I'm in the movie, I'm fully in the movie, I'm crying, I'm laughing, I'm singing, and when there's a romantic scene, I'm in a romantic vibe. So it's like I'm genuinely enjoying the movie and I see myself as a main character. Then I see like, okay, what would I do if I was in the movie, and if something like that happened, how would I handle the situation? I genuinely love going to the movie theaters by myself. And to be honest, recently I haven't been to a movie by myself, but most of the times I try to go. And the last time I think I went to a movie by myself was Sayara, and I cried a lot in that movie. I don't know why, that story hit a lot and I cried a lot. And if another person was beside me, I genuinely wouldn't have been able to cry in the scenes that I genuinely wanted to, because other person will be there, then I'll be like, I will not be able to fully be myself. Then they'll be like, why are you crying so much? That is how much I cried in that movie in that theater. Because that made me realize that like even if I have zero friends in this world, I will genuinely be all right. Like I don't even care. And people actually know this. They're like, they know that I am fine by myself, and I'm also fine being with people and interact with interacting with them and making friends with them. Like, I am a social person. I love socializing with people. I love meeting new people. I love getting to know about their culture, their interest, why people are the way they are, their perspective, how they see the world, what are their thoughts on spirituality, God, money, love, relationship, career. Basically trying to understand why people are the way they are and hanging out with them. I love and I geek out on all of that, but at the same time I geek out on being with myself as well. That is why I get so irritated and angry when people interfere in my private space. Like, imagine, like, I have become so protective of my personal space in a way that when I am in my college library, imagine I go to my college library and I choose a corner where nobody is there and I'm just in my own private space. Okay, but even though it's a collective space because it's a college library, but I'm so comfortable in that corner or in that seat, whichever I chose, that when somebody comes and sits in front of me, I see that has a person invading my own personal space, and that genuinely at that time irritates me the most, to the point that I just want to send them away, like politely ki, like, please, I want to be by myself, I need my space now. And that is how much you should also be in love with your private space, when you need your private space. And when you're in the vibe of hanging out with people, go and hang out with them. You need to keep a very good balance of both of these. 18-11 on the timer. You can't be by yourself all the time unless you're an introvert and you really love your company, or you can't just be with people all the time and have no space for yourself, or not. And to be honest, I see it as such a privilege to be by myself. The fact that I'm able to enjoy my company more. That is why I love making YouTube videos as well, because I'm spending time with myself now. At the same time, I'm talking to myself as well, because I can see myself in the video. And I can see every expression that I'm giving. I can see my hair, I can see how I look, and I love everything about myself. And of course, why will I not fall in love with myself? And I feel like you should not fall in love with yourself just because you're beautiful. Like, I don't love myself just because I'm beautiful and I have beautiful hair, or I have beautiful eyes and beautiful voice or beautiful body, or no. I love my soul. When I say I love myself, I love my soul. And since this is the body that my soul is existing in this life, I love this body. And this is the voice that this body has in this life. That's why I love my voice. So when I say I love myself, I mean the soul. And I love everything about myself. When I say that, I mean the good and the bad things. I love how kind I am. At the same time, I love myself. Even when I'm angry, but even though angry is not good for me, it's not good for anybody, but I still love all sides of me. The crying side of me, the angry side of me, the screaming side of me, the kind and compassionate, soft, feminine side of me, the masculine side of me. Basically, all sides of me. Like, all sides that a human can ever have, all versions, all states of mind that a human can ever have. And when I say I love myself, and when I say I love all of me, this is what I mean. And this is what self-love means. Okay, so when a person says that they love themselves, I see them, I see their actions. I don't believe their words. Do they really love themselves? Because if a person does not love themselves, they cannot love you. If I don't love myself, 2022 on the timer, you cannot love yourself. Sorry. If I cannot love myself, or you cannot love yourself, then you cannot love anybody else. And I can't love you. It is very simple. It is very simple. If a person doesn't love themselves, they cannot love another person, because they have genuinely never experienced love themselves. And be very mindful of choosing your friends that you hang out with every day, and your partners, and even the way you are with yourself. Because you become the people that you hang out with. You become the person that you talk to yourself about, and you also become the person or pick up habits of the person that you are in a relationship with. So if you are in a relationship with a partner who's very lazy, who's like just parties and all of that stuff, then somehow you will also start vibing with those things, and even though you don't really enjoy them, because you're with such kind of person. And this is why I'm very mindful of who I let in my circle. 21:32 on the timer. the kind of person that I'm in relationship with, the kind of people that I hang out with, and I give my energy and my space to people. I'm very mindful of that because my energy and my space is a privilege. And why will I waste my energy and time on people that are not worth it, who cannot see the worth in me, who cannot see the value in me being kind? And people who try to take advantage of me for my kindness, they regret it once they see how strict I am with my boundaries. And when I say I have strict boundaries, even I have strict boundaries with myself. When I say that I trust myself because over the months, everything that I've said that I will do, I have done it. That's how I know that I trust myself. Like, I know that, yeah, I will get up and do it, even though sometimes I may not meet the deadline. 22, 24 on the timer that I have set for myself, 22, 27 on the timer, and 27 is my lucky number. So that is what I mean. And if you really want to gain your own trust, keep simple tasks in your everyday life and keep completing them. Like, start with as simple as today, before going to bed, I will put lotion on my body. Why? Because when I wake up in the morning, I want my skin to be soft. And then before going to bed, put that lotion in your body and sleep. And then be like, today I will drink these many liters of water, and genuinely do that. Today I will go to the shop. And it start with something simple, very small simple task which you can complete for like every day, for like constantly 1 month, 2 months, until you trust yourself. So the next time when you say that I have to finish this task, you will genuinely feel like doing that task. Like, you will come into that action mode of doing it, because now you have started to trust yourself. And this is why I'm not scared of meeting new people, or I'm not afraid of being rejected, or I'm not afraid of being accepted, because I know what I am and what I bring to the table, even in friendships or even in relationships. And if people ask you what you bring to the table, then they are not your people, nor your person, nor your partner to begin with. At the same time, just know, now I forgot what I was trying to say. And that's all right, because I don't need to be perfect, and I'm a human. 23:55 on the timer. So start by doing small tasks every day, complete them, and one day you will get to a stage where you trust yourself. Because, see, I'll tell you what my strict boundaries are. First of all, I don't like lying to myself. 24/11 on the timer. So whenever I'm sad, whenever I'm angry, I really ask the reason. Like, tell me, Varsha, why are you so angry? Like, is it something, like, did I do? Like, I talk to myself that way. So most of the time in my room, I'll be talking to myself, and my dad will be like, who are you talking in the middle of the night? But little does he know I'm talking to myself. And this is exactly how I talk. It will be like I'm genuinely talking to someone in the room, but I'm just talking to myself. And I genuinely say that, like, why are you angry? Like, did I do something? Like, did I cross my boundary that you're angry? Or like something like that. And then I go back and I rethink. Then if I did something that I didn't like, then I genuinely say sorry to myself. Like, Varsha, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done this. When I knew that it would make you sad, I'm not gonna do it again. Like, I see myself as a person that I am with, that this is how I should behave with myself, and I don't cross my boundaries. I know how I am. Like, I know how I am in every situation, that at this point I can predict how I will react, how I will talk, what I will say, what I will not say when I meet a certain type of person, when I meet this type of person, when I meet that type of person. That is how much I know about myself, because that is how much of a time that I have spent with being myself over the past so many years, that now I know what I am, how I am. That is why once you come to this stage, you stop seeking external validation. So, like, even when people say, oh, I feel like you should have put your hair this way, like this will go with the outfit that you're wearing, I'll be like, it's fine, I want my hair to be this way because I like it this way. You know, like, I don't need your validation or to say like this is more pretty or that is more pretty. And recently I had this one such experience, like, see, one is, there are two type of confident people. Like, see, I have come into a stage of my life where I don't seek external validation, because I don't need to impress any person. The only person that I need to impress is myself, which I am doing every day, which I need to do that, because that is the standard that I have set for myself, that I need to impress myself. Like, I am my lover girl first before I become somebody else's girlfriend. Okay, I'm in relationship with myself first, because I come in relationship with anybody else. So this is the boundary that I've set for myself, and I'm very strict on this. When I cross my own boundaries, I get angry, I get sad, I cry, I lash out, because I myself am crossing my boundary. I'm crossing my deadlines that I've put for myself, and I try my best not to do that, not to break the words, the promises that I have made for myself. And recently, I came across a person who was not so confident in himself, and basically, what that person was like, he was trying to constantly put me down, because I come out as this confident person, and the only reason that other people perceive me as confident, or even I see myself as confident, is because I genuinely don't seek any external validation. Like, I am beautiful to myself regardless. Like, for me, without makeup and with makeup, I am equally beautiful. The way I love myself, I treat myself, I talk to myself, even in the worst of how I look, my hair all messy, I didn't maybe take bath, or my hair is, like oily and stuff, and maybe I don't look that pleasant on the outside. Like, when you're sick and you get dark circles, and you're really sick, and you lose weight, and you don't look good, you don't have the glow in your face, because you're sick, like you're sick. Even when I look like that, and even when I look in my best self, when I have makeup, when I smell good, when I have all that lotion, the body scrub, the body mist, my hair smells awesome, I'm wearing a beautiful hot sexy dress, or like I'm showing off my curves, I have this beautiful jewelry, and I have the sexy voice or the accent or whatsoever, I love myself equally in both of these things. Even when I look my worst, when I look like a sick girl who has dark circles, who has a bad breath, this is an example that I'm giving. Even if I had all of that, I would still love myself the exact same as when I smelled good, when my hair smells good, my body smells good, when I'm feeling my best, I have everything that I ever need, I will love myself equally in all of this. But at the same time, I will always take care of myself and get ready in a way where I look beautiful. Obviously, why will I look homeless or sick when I love looking put together and being beautiful? This is what I mean. That is why you will never see me like looking like in a sec. And if I chose to show myself as a certain way in a particular video, it means that I have accepted myself in that whatever form that I showed up, decided to show up in that video, and I love that side of me just as much as the videos where I showed up as the most beautiful, with full on makeup, with the most beautiful dress. Now this is exactly what I mean. Like, there are so many videos where I wore makeup and I look my best and I make videos, but there are also videos where I don't wear makeup, my hair is all tied up, and I'm just in front of the camera and I'm just talking. So both of those videos, I love myself equally. And this is why I'm very confident in myself, because I feel like beauty comes from soul, it doesn't come from external. Because if you're beautiful on the inside, you will definitely be beautiful on the outside as well. This is how I see people as. I judge people based on their soul, not on how they look, because how they look is obviously equivalent to how they see themselves. Because in this video, or in all the videos, I always look put together, because that is how I want to be, because that is the standard that I've kept to myself, that I want to be put together. And that person that I said that I recently met, he is sort of insecure. Okay, I realized that because, as I told you, I'm psychic and I can read people's energies, but at the same time, it is also pattern decoding. Like, when, as I told you, that I know most of the versions of me, most of the sides of me, because I have spent most of my time with myself, that I know how I react when a person says this to me, when a person does this to me. Even when I do something to myself, I know how I react. Since I know myself so good, that I can now sort of predict or tell what the other person thinks or might do, or where is whatever that anger or reaction is coming from. And that's when I realized, like, that person at the first day, he was very interested in me, but then after that I was not that interested. So I stopped having conversation and giving that big reaction that I used to give before, because I genuinely at that time enjoyed having conversation. And then that person took that as a personal thing, like, oh, maybe he's not good enough for me. 31:22 on the timer, or 31:21 on the timer first it was. synchronicity numbers, that that person is not good enough for me and that's why I'm rejecting him. To be honest, it was not a match. I didn't feel the vibe, so that's the reason I just stopped talking. It was nothing personal, it was nothing more than that. But then that person, every time we met because of work, he used to constantly try to put me down, constantly try to show attitude and all of that, try to prove that he's all of that. And all that confidence he had at that time was not confidence, that was arrogance, because he was seeking external validation. This is what I mean. Confidence is always silent confidence. Confident people don't come out and tell into the world like, oh, I am confident. Now in this video I'm trying to give you a gain or an insight, so I will tell you what is it on my mind and what is it that I'm trying to make you understand. But 30 to 11 on the timer, genuinely confident people don't go out and say I'm confident. They don't say, they don't scream, they don't over explain, they just tell them. And it is always the most arrogant person who raises their voice. It is always the most insecure person who raises their voice. It is always the most bitchy person who raises their voice. एक बार notice करना. 33 oh my god, I'm literally tripping right now because I'm literally mispronouncing 32 33 on the timer, guys. And I will see you guys in my next video.